Yo, 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 Big Catch back up in here. We about to go over how Drake just tried to take some more shots at Kendrick Lamar and failed miserably. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. He dropped another one. I will leave a link in the description. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, when it comes to Drake, I don't even know how to find new ways to say it, but we have all seen him single-handedly go on one of the worst musical runs we have ever seen from any star rapper or musician really as a whole. And now, as it is the month of October now, and Drake and his delusional OVO crew, who still think he won the beef against Kendrick, hyped up the month that they call their very own as the time this year where things would change, and Drake would make everyone from the fans like us to the rappers who turned on him pay for what they did against him. You would have at least thought that compared to Drake's other music this year, which has been pretty bad to say the least, that him and his camp would have prepared something that would have made people actually turn their heads and make people just earn back a tiny bit of respect for him. And now, as Drake was supposed to be featured on Rod Wave,
I caught him, boy. I caught him in the action. Eyes.
make people just earn back a tiny bit of respect for him. And now, as Drake was supposed to be featured on Rod Wave's new album but pulled his feature off last minute, because of this, it really started to seem like more than ever Drake was rethinking his strategy, and maybe now was going to be entering a time where we would see him release something that has, I don't know, more than the most basic and primitive level of thought put into it. And now, as Drake announced a new collaboration with Latin artist Chino Pacas, which would be featured on his new album. Considering that Drake has been supporting this artist for a while and has played his music to walk out at events like when he was at the rodeo in Houston, or seeing that Drake even went and filmed a whole music video for this song, which is something we have not seen Drake do when it comes to getting in front of the camera since Family Matters. As the release date came closer and closer to this track, and somebody even played the beat from the track which sounded pretty atmospheric and showed it off on social media, I started to think that maybe just for a second, Drake found just some of the touchback that he lost and he was finally going to do it. He was gonna release one good song for the first time since his beef with Kendrick and just get a...
Every time I think Drake about to get a little buzz, a little tiny little buzz, an event come up, and it just gonna resurface. This shit just resurfaced, bruh. It's like he can't catch a break. You thinking like, yo, shit about to die now. He could come out with a little song here, and everybody gonna let him ride it. Doc gonna tweet something, and that shit gonna overshadow everything.
single and small point on the board. And now, as this new track Moto Capone has dropped, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, with Drake's first song in a while and what has seemed like his most calculated and hyped up effort in this attempt to try and show that his brand and namesake still means something in not just the rap but the entire global music space. And speaking of meaning, it would really mean something to me if you would subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton, and leave a like while you're at it. And now somehow, even after a series of so many awful tracks which have given us the most forgettable reel of all-time career lowlights for Drake, he has managed to embarrass himself again, and this time arguably in the worst way we have ever seen from him, because as he appears on this cut, Drake has never sounded more lost and confused on majority of this thing, because from his vocal work, which is laughable, to the way he so unnaturally fights this beat and turns this song from Chino Pacas into something that is genuinely unlistenable, with a performance that's not just abysmal musically, but that also features Drake literally rapping in another language at this time. And even though this isn't the first time he is doing this, it really sounds
Drake rapping in another language, messing up Paco, man. I never heard of Paco. I need to go check out his music. I don't know who it is. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Have y'all heard of this Paco dude? I remember Paco Jeans, but I don't know this Paco guy.
Like it is because of how uncomfortable he is battling against this beat, which just creates such an awkward feel throughout the entire cut. All in all, with Drake running to an entire other continent to take their style just serves as a more horrible look than ever. And while Kendrick Lamar seems to be busy co-signing and supporting actual talented rappers who embody the very essence of hip-hop culture at its best, like Doechii, and I doubt he's even listening to Drake embarrass himself anymore because things have really just gotten so predictably bad with him. as you listen to this new Drake song and just hear him make the musical equivalent to nails on a chalkboard, it became more clear than ever that Drake didn't just lose the Kendrick Lamar beef, but now in the greater sense and currently, he lost his career and it really is heading to the point where it will be over soon, as the Drake brand is meaningless and if he keeps going the way he has. While on some level a lot of people have been giving Drake a pass and acting like this is a fluke and a slump after the beef and that he is eventually going to find his way back to the top. I mean, now he's given us well over an album's worth of songs at this point between his features and 100 Gigs tracks, which all showcase all of the different styles that people have praised him for being so versatile with. So seeing Drake lay out pretty much everything he has, all we can do from here at this point is understand that these types of performances are the new norm from Drake, and where previously, no matter how phoned in his material felt in the past, there was always some infectious quality to even his worst work, which made you kind of understand why it's going viral. Now all of that is gone, and Drake's voice is just serving to be another generic mouthpiece in the music world that is falling into actual obscurity, because even his namesake isn't pushing things forward anymore, nor exciting audiences despite his remaining fans, which are in denial of reality. And while
Yo, people saying Kendrick and Drake is 50 Cent and Ja Rule. 2024 50 Cent and Ja Rule. I still don't see him like coming back because everything that Kendrick do, being as though that he's so anticipated artist, whatever he do, it's just gonna overshadow anything that Drake does. I don't care what Kendrick put out, anything, it's gonna overshadow what Drake do. Or whatever Drake put out, you know, Kendrick just gonna do anything, and it's gonna be like, we don't. Drake, go away.
while on the first half of this track, Drake, even in his prime and when he was able to make good Latin crossovers like he did with Bad Bunny back in 2018, should have never touched this beat because it is just so unfitted for his vocal cadence and energy levels, which overall just shows that he has completely lost his judgment as an artist. Still, on the second half of this cut, which features the instrumental that was previewed on social media, this atmospheric sonic pocket is perfect for Drake, and in the past, he would have done something amazing over a beat that fits right within that smooth yet flashy pocket that makes so many of his low-key bangers great. But now with this new era of Drake, I hope you weren't expecting for him to actually deliver on something that he had a
That's the new word for 2024, pocket. Shout out to Joe Buttons, man.
Chance to do good, because the guy couldn't even find a way to salvage what could have been a home run for him, because what he is doing isn't just suffering from feeling lazy or half-baked, but even in environments where historically he would feel comfortable, Drake just seems depleted as an artist and honestly scared. And now while I get the Kendrick beef was a massive L for his brand and name, and it did change his career in ways that he will never fully come back from, the fact that he has still not been able to move forward, and now he has reached a point where even when he has switched genres and languages and continents, he can't escape getting made fun of and looking pathetic. All in all, it shows us that this downfall we have seen from Drake is truly historic, and for this moment and until and if we are ever proved otherwise, Drake has reached a new rock bottom for him and really for any rap megastar that has been anywhere near his level in the past. And unless Drake takes a complete 180 and somehow comes back out with music that is just tolerable at the bare minimum, sooner or later, despite his streaming and sales records that his fans love to bring up, which really in the first place are more of a sentiment to the fast food style of music he puts out compared to the actual quality of the catalog, because all of those records just come from how much mass you can flood the market with when you are a star on the highest level. When it comes to the value of what Drake has to offer in 2024 and beyond, he has quite literally become useless because his features no longer have value, which is insane because in the past, we saw Drake make careers by hopping on certain people's tracks, and now these songs are doing nothing more than falling on impact, and nobody cares that his name is even on a feature list. And matter of fact, it seems like a curse to work with Drake at this point because every feature he has done this year since the beef has ended up flopping. And so now with Drake and OVO yet again failing and showing that despite their big words and big promises, at the end of it all, just like the red button they claimed they were going to be dropping against Kendrick, which hardly did anything against him in the beef, rap's most pathetic crew and artists have shown that they are better yappers than actual music creatives. And this is exactly why right now Drake has released another miss, and beyond failing as a rapper, singer, or anything in between that he is synonymous for, now his failure has reached an entire new level as he has taken the absolute worst run of his career to a global scale, and even despite expanding his musical horizons, Drake has been forced to realize at this point that no matter where he runs, he is still the same pathetic and weak rapper. So now with all that said, let me know. What do you think of this new Drake song, and do you think this one is his worst yet? Now, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this track. And now, if you want to see while Drake is
Yeah, y'all let me know if y'all heard it. I haven't heard it yet. He's not getting pushed, man. You know, it was a point in time where Drake could sneeze or cough on the microphone, release it, and everybody know about it. But now, he could drop his best work right now. It's like, nah, well, we good. We good. We know what you're doing behind closed doors. Now let's talk about the Mark Hotel. Now we don't want to talk about let's talk about the wine coolers. Yeah, let's talk about that boat. That's you know what I'm saying. People are not letting up. You know what I mean? Cat Williams said it. Hey, it's the age of truth. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Big Kish signing out. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe too and like. All right, gone.